No survivors, no signals. That was the phrase echoing through the observation halls of the Galactic Assembly when the Draconian fleet vanished. The Draconians were not a minor power. They were conquerors forged in stellar fire, scaled warlords who measured history in the number of worlds burned. For 3 centuries they expanded without resistance, their fleets blackening skies, their shock troops erasing civilizations before first contact protocols could even be translated. When they finally turned their gaze toward Sol, most of the galaxy assumed Earth would last a single rotation cycle. Humanity had been classified as a Class 7 Deathworld species, dangerous but primitive, emotionally unstable, technologically inconsistent. The Draconians laughed at the assessment. Their war council broadcasted mockery across open channels, promising to turn Earth into a demonstration of proper extinction. They announced their arrival deliberately, a psychological weapon meant to shatter morale, 1,000,000 warships forming a burning wall at the edge of the system. Earth did not respond. No threats, no pleas, no diplomatic signal of any kind. To the Draconians, silence meant Terra, and Terra meant victory was already secured. What the galaxy did not know was that Earth had gone silent on purpose. Every satellite powered down, every emission cut, even civilian networks collapsed into darkness. From orbit, Earth appeared abandoned, a blue tomb drifting quietly beneath the stars. Inside underground command vaults, humanity made a decision older than language. If survival was impossible, then extinction would not be quiet. If the Draconians wanted conquest, they would receive annihilation. The fleet crossed the heliopause and entered the inner system without resistance. No mines, no drones, no automated defense platforms. Mars remained still, the Moon unarmed, Earth passive. The Draconian High Admiral declared the campaign already won. Then the first signal vanished. A forward scout ship ceased transmission mid-sentence. Moments later, another went dark, then another. No explosion signatures, no energy spikes, just absence. The Draconians tightened formation, activating combat protocols. Still nothing attacked them. No enemy fleet emerged. No weapons fired. By the time they reached Earth's orbit, over 12,000 ships had vanished. The High Admiral ordered a full system scan. The results came back empty. Earth still did not speak. And the galaxy would soon learn that silence was the sound of preparation. The Draconians never understood humanity's greatest strength. It was not resilience, nor aggression, nor even adaptability. It was memory. Earth remembered extinction events. Asteroids, ice ages, pandemics, nuclear brinkmanship. Humans evolved expecting the end and planning beyond it. After first contact with the galaxy, humanity quietly abandoned the idea of conventional defense. They knew fleets could be matched, weapons copied, shields overcome. Instead, they built answers that could not be countered because they were not meant to be survived. Deep beneath Earth's crust, weapons slept that were never listed in any treaty. They were not bombs, not lasers, not kinetic strikes. They were system killers, logic plagues for physics itself. When the Draconian fleet reached stable orbit, Earth activated the Black Archive, an autonomous decision framework designed to act only when extinction probability exceeded 99%. Once activated, it removed human choice entirely. The first layer unfolded silently. Gravitational constants around Earth's orbital space shifted by a fraction too small to detect consciously, but enough to destabilize Draconian navigation systems calibrated to universal constants. Ships drifted out of formation, colliding without impact alarms, folding into themselves as internal reference frames collapsed. The second layer followed. Quantum echo weapons seeded into the vacuum years earlier awakened. They did not explode. They reflected existence. Every Draconian reactor suddenly experienced its own energy output mirrored back through time-delayed resonance. Power cores overloaded without heat, without radiation, simply ceasing to be. The fleet attempted to retreat. Their jump drives failed simultaneously. Space itself refused their equations. Still, Earth did not transmit a word. The third layer was mercy. Neural cascade fields washed over surviving ships. Draconian warriors died without pain, their nervous systems gently shut down like lights at the end of a long corridor. From outside the system, observers saw only a quiet miracle. A fleet that entered Sol ceased to exist. No debris field, no wreckage, no energy signature. By the time the last Draconian ship vanished, Earth had already returned to silence. The weapons shut down, the constants normalized, the system looked untouched. Humanity survived, but it did not celebrate. The first species to notice something wrong was not a military power. It was a trade collective monitoring shipping lanes near Sol. Their sensors detected absence where mass should have been. An entire invasion corridor simply empty. News spread slowly at first, then all at once. The Draconian Empire was gone. No command relays responded. No colonies answered calls. Their core worlds burned dark, as if erased from history rather than conquered. The Galactic Assembly demanded answers from Earth. They received none. Exploration vessels were sent cautiously towards Sol. They found Earth unchanged. Cities alive, oceans blue, orbital infrastructure intact. Humans greeted them politely, offering trade, culture, and cautious diplomacy. When asked about the Draconian fleet, humanity responded with a single sentence. They never arrived. The lie was obvious, but no one challenged it. Because every sensor record, every independent scan, confirmed the same impossible truth. There was no evidence of battle, only the certainty that something final had occurred. Galactic analysts reconstructed the event backward. They found patterns that terrified them. Localized violations of causality. Energy debts paid before they were incurred. Weapons that did not destroy targets, but removed their ability to have ever been stable. Earth was reclassified overnight. From Death World to absolute null threat zone. Engagement protocols were rewritten. Contact limitations imposed. Humanity did not object. Instead, they dismantled the Black Archive. Not because it failed, but because it succeeded. They understood what such power meant. That survival purchased at the cost of becoming an extinction engine was not victory. The galaxy learned a lesson written in silence. Do not force humans into corners. Do not mistake quiet for weakness. And never assume a species that evolved fearing the end of the world would lack ideas about how to end yours. Draconian culture prized dominance. They believed fear was universal currency. That showing strength erased the need for understanding. They never studied human history deeply. If they had, they would have seen a pattern. When threatened with annihilation, humans did not escalate. They concluded. Every extinction scenario humanity imagined became a blueprint. Every fear was tested, modeled, rehearsed. Not to win wars, but to ensure something endured afterward. During the final moments of the Draconian fleet, there were no screams. No last transmissions begging for mercy. Their systems simply reached outcomes with no future states. Some theorists later argued Earth had not attacked the fleet at all. That humanity merely removed the conditions that allowed the Draconians to exist coherently within Sol. As if the universe itself had been instructed to reject them. Humans never confirmed or denied these theories. Instead, they returned to art, science, and rebuilding trust with a galaxy that now feared them. They offered transparency in everything except defense. That silence remained absolute. When asked why they never warned the Draconians, a human diplomat finally answered. They were warned by everyone else. The galaxy understood then that humanity's restraint was not born of inability, but of choice. Centuries later, the phrase remained. No survivors, no signals. It became doctrine, a reminder etched into every galactic military academy. Not as a threat, but as a boundary. Earth never used those weapons again, because no one ever crossed that line again. Humanity continued outward, cautiously, cooperatively, carrying with them the quiet knowledge of what they could become, and the discipline to never become it again unless existence itself demanded it. Somewhere in the dark between stars, echoes of erased fleets drifted without memory. Proof that extinction does not always arrive in fire. Sometimes it comes as silence. And when the universe itself goes quiet, it is already too late.